Hello, everybody. Sorry for the slight late delay. Fixing issues with OBS, like always. Technical issues are fun. Anyway, welcome to yet another exciting opportunity. What the f is wrong?
We would like to tell you about an exciting opportunity.
Welcome to yet another exciting episode of Those Natural Ones. Before we get started today, just like every other time, we do have a couple of quick announcements. First and foremost, this Friday, as in like what, 3 days from now, this Friday is our next in-person sitting around a table rolling real actual dice in the same room, and we'll all be there as far as I'm aware. Unfortunately, we don't have a Sam tonight. She is feeling slightly under the weather, but as long as she's feeling better before Friday, she will be here as well. So we will have the entire crew. Other than that, Scott.
Hi.
It's your turn.
I'm Scott. And like every other week, I'm here to talk to you about our thing. Yeah. I'm not repetitive. We're not repetitive, but it's something that we do.
What's our thing?
Guys, we are at 667 subs on YouTube today.
So close.
It's fantastic. I know.
We're suffering from success.
It's fantastic for many reasons. One, we're finally exceeding the Spartan ratio in case Critical Role invades. We should be fine now. Two, we're 2/3 of the way to monetizing, which is our goal very soon. And three, I've got things to talk about for 667. I mean, we were at 666 earlier today, and I just couldn't find anything on Google about that number. But thankfully we hit 667, and I spent more than 30 seconds this time. I went deep because I didn't want to do another angel number. And that's like the second page of Google to get past the angel numbers. But like we got to the year 667. Not much happened. Just like a Archbishop of Canterbury died. And then I checked 667 BC, which is pretty cool because it's the founding of Byzantium, which is now Istanbul. That's pretty cool. I went a little deeper, though, and I think what I'd like to focus on about the number 667.
Wait, are you sure it's not Constantinople?
I think that's up to
now
the
it's
church.
Istanbul.
Been a long time gone.
It's nobody's business but the Turks.
Yeah. It's part of the title of the debut album of the Norwegian glam metal band Wigwam. The full title is 667, The Neighbor of the Beast. And as we all know, the 80s have taught us that DnD is the neighbor of Satanism. So I think it's fitting. And just like D&D is the neighbor of Satanism, we want to be your neighbor, and I want you to be our patron. So patreon.com/those natural ones. Check it out. Support the stream. It's our favorite method of supporting. We appreciate all of our patrons. There are many different levels to choose from, all the way from Discord access to advertising opportunities and lots of merch in between. Unfortunately, we don't have any Wigwam albums. You're going to have to get those imported from Norway. We do have shirts and stickers and other cool things. One of the benefits is a weekly shout out to everybody at the Mistra level. So once again, thank you for your continued support, Lesson 4, Marlat, and Don Marlat. Everybody else, go check it out. Those Natural Ones are patreon.com/those natural ones.
Fantastic. And when not checking it out on Patreon or, the numbers of the beast, where else?
Yeah, when you can take time away from Wigwam.
Exactly. Where else can you check us out there, Emery?
Well, you can definitely check out our Neighbor of the Devil's show on YouTube, on Kick, on Twitch, on Trovo. You can listen to the audio-only version wherever podcasts are disseminated. You can interact with us on Facebook, on Twitch. I already said Twitch. On Twitter. God, those two things are so close. That might be why he tried to change it to X. I'm trying to get away from that. on Threads if you're above Twitter. X. Fuck. Edit that out.
If you didn't know, we're live. This is not pre-recorded.
It's somebody save me. Like Butch, save me with your very own blog on Tumblr.
It's true. It's real.
It's real. You can interact with our very own Butch. Do remember on all of our platforms to like, subscribe, leave a comment, ring the bell for notifications so you never miss an episode. Any and all engagement helps us a ton.
Indeed. Did you say podcasts? I kind of zoned out there.
I did mention podcasts in there. I know it was kind of the devil's whirlwind, but
that's fine.
This is the day we're having.
I'll be honest, I zoned out for a minute trying to get everything else last minute preparations done.
Yeah, you've got plenty to worry about.
So,
did you hear about Wigwam? At least
I did hear about Wigwam.
Okay. That's the important part.
That album was released in 2004, which is when glam metal finally made it to Norway.
What was their big hit single? That good old classic we all know and love.
Hard to be a rock and roller. Or they did
ain't that the truth?
A cover of I Turn to You.
Norwegian glam metal, not to be confused with Italian dwarf metal.
Not to be confused at all. Lindsay, please tell the people how they can use their already existing Amazon Prime subscription to help us out.
Their Bezos.
You guys, you can do what I just did and use your Prime to subscribe for free on Twitch. It really helps us.
Thanks for the reminder, Lindsay. I should re-up my own because you have to renew it every month.
Hey, so
every month. Hey, so even we need reminders to subscribe to our own channel. However, you guys won't need reminders because you're gonna be so damn entertained. You're gonna be like, how could I not? So use your Prime subscription.
Hey, look, thanks,
Daddy Bezos is so precious.
Thanks, me for subscribing. And thank you, Lindsay, for the reminder, because I forgot too.
Well, stop it.
I will do my best. So, I believe, if there is nothing else, that concludes.
Well, we could talk more about Wigwam.
We could, and maybe we will. You are in the Feywild. I'm sure there's a lot of Norwegian glam metal in the Feywild.
That's a good point. That's an excellent point.
So, since Sam is not here, however, she did send me her synopsis of the previous episode. I will do my best to impersonate Sam, but not actually because... Anyway, last session, while the party narrowly avoided setting the forest ablaze while disposing of the shambling mounds, while flying towards Sinalestra, we saw a clearing full of pink dots that turned out to be frogs upon closer inspection. I believe the technical term was toads because they were not in water, but that's beside the point. Fuck you too. Did anybody else hear that? Or was it just me? Mic? I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't me. It wasn't me. Don't yell at me.
I just heard, well, fuck you. I was like, well, fuck you too.
We've got some teenagers in here, so.
Gotcha.
Uh-oh, got a hot mic here.
Hot mic. Clear the set.
All right, anyway.
Oh, Monty.
Elric and Butch tried to chase down his beanbag while Rhett speaks with the frogs. She and Gwen tried to lick the frogs, which is always advisable. But they turned into animals and a minute later poofed into nothingness, bright pink clouds of smoke. Returning from the chase, Elric recognized that the frogs were a side effect of one of the beans being planted. We rest into our third day in the Feywild, this time spotting mushroom caps amongst the trees. Gwen tries to investigate, but her eagle eardrums punctured from a terrible screaming emitting from the mushrooms. Returning to the ship, we realized that this is certain. wow, hold on. Returning to the ship, we realize this is also certainly bean related. 5 to 6 hours out from Sinalestra, we landed and Sid gives Gwen a sending stone. Now on the ground, we begin to see shimmering in the trees and are greeted by none other than the satyr that took a word from memory. By the end of our negotiation, if you want to use that word, with the satyr, Elric cannot say leave, Gwen cannot say can, and Rhett cannot say I. The satyr could now say I can leave and disappears. And this is where we will pick up. Immediately after this interaction with the satyr, you are standing there, possibly a little dumbfounded. What are you doing?
Son of a bitch.
Butch, are you sure you don't want me to burn down the Feywild?
It's not that I don't want you to burn it down. It's that I don't want to have to deal with what comes after that.
We're going to have to pay for that later.
Wait, what?
There's
Did
only
I-
one reason that creature would want the words I can leave if it wasn't clearly obvious. Wherever the hell that satyr went, we're going to have to deal with them later.
I wonder if we kill him later if you get your words back.
I hope that that's how that works.
We should have tested that
The
theory
bard
when
would
we
like
had the
to kill
chance.
him. The bard chooses death.
Thank you, the bard.
chooses Violence.
The bard woke up and chose violence.
The bard chooses violence. Moving forward.
All right.
The bard, I'm going to get you an announcer so that way everyone knows to get out of the
The
way.
bard is a rock. The bard says, "Know your role and shut your mouth."
Okay, Rhett, pretty much any time that you want to use the royal we, I will just agree with you.
The bard note says no. Bard
Bard is-
316.
Jesus Christ.
The bard is so cool now.
The bard is ridiculously cool.
Oh my gosh. All about that bard.
Yeah, you can't even handle how cool the bard is now.
That bard.
So
Now
we're
this
on
is
the
the bard's
way
heel
to-
turn.
Are you like speaking
Oh,
about
no.
your bard half, or is that encapsulating the entirety of you? Like, what if?
No, this is the pun bard ranger. Always.
Is it like a different mood if you say the ranger does this?
Oh man.
Ooh,
Oh,
the Banger.
Is it because the bard has great
Roar.
range?
It's like,
Mm.
are we,
The bard has great range.
is this starting like a Two-Face mentality here?
It's not starting that.
Flip a coin. Do you get silver tongue or do you get violence?
At PAX, the bard did purchase a coin that said on one side it says "do the thing" and on the other side it says "take no shit." So
Nice.
I think
that's
what
the
we've all
coin of
learned
life.
is much like Team. There's no I in Rhett.
Accurate.
watch out. Here comes the bard. She's so bad.
She's
God
one
help you if you have
bad
to meet
mother.
the ranger.
Shut your mouth.
Miss
Just
Grundle
talking about the
Tractor, if you're
bard.
nasty.
Miss Grundle Tractor if you nasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you
Right.
should just call yourself Gator from now on.
Gator don't play no shit.
So are we still
Oh.
on the ship, or are we?
No, you.
Daddy,
No, the ship had to stay behind.
daddy,
And
daddy.
the ship took off. You guys are on the ground.
All right.
All right, we are outside Sinalestra.
You're about, I think it would have been about a 5-hour walk to Sinalestra from where you're at.
So we're in the burbs.
You're in the burbs.
So has anyone noticed that it sounds like Olestra? And perhaps we shouldn't
Well, all of a sudden,
eat anything here.
Don't wake that sleeping giant.
Yeah, it'll go right through you.
yeah.
It'll go right through the bard.
Right through the bar. Olestra. Do you need me to make a survival roll to get us back on the right direction?
If you would like to head that way, sure.
Hey, the bard, will you assist me in our survival? So I can have advantage?
Yeah, she said sure, I think.
The bard is always ready to help.
Oh.
Looks like the ranger.
Bard always cares about the people. The bard's the people's champ.
With a 27.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, with a 27, without an issue, you're able to see the general direction that you guys were facing. You are on the edge of a clearing.
I felt that way.
And heading into denser forest to get through to there, but you are very confident that you are headed in the right direction.
This forest seems more dense. Maybe it has a higher wisdom score.
Is it obtuse?
Yeah. We are moving
Bard
that
prefers
way.
the cute.
All right, so as you head that way,
Of course.
I want to like perceive as we walk. Like I'm looking for anything creepy.
You roll me a perception check, and someone else roll me a D100.
I'll roll a D100.
I'll do it.
Okay. Let the wizard win.
Can I also? I'm sorry. Can the bard also roll for perception?
Sure.
Yay.
Can I rely on my passive perception, or do I have to roll?
If
shoot.
you're,
I had Butch highlighted.
oops.
I still have control of him apparently. My bad. So
Nice.
If you're actively looking for something, it would be a active perception check. But if you're just kind of walking, then rely on your passive.
I think Butch's perception is focused on making sure we're going the right direction,
Gotcha.
which is why he's at 27 success. He's focused.
well, I got a 17 or an 18, depending upon which roll you want to count.
The bard
Okay.
got a 20.
So 20 and a 17. Fantastic.
That D100 came to a 96.
Which
Fantastic.
is either awesome or the worst.
As you
I
guys
wonder
can
what Foundry thinks 000 is.
it probably thinks it's 100 because
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
technically rules as
Classic.
written is that
Yeah.
that all zeros is 100. The logic doesn't make sense to me. I think
it matters if you say from 0 to 99 or from 1 to 100.
exactly.
Yeah, that's where it matters.
So, and it would be 1 to 100. So, not 0 to 99. Anyway, we'll talk about that again at another time. So,
In length.
in length,
We should do a mid-range.
we should as to that. No, that's
zeros
yeah.
me and
Okay.
1 percentile dice.
Fantastic. All right. As for right now, as you continue walking in that general direction,
General direction.
with a 20 and a 17, you guys walk for about 15, 20 minutes before you start hearing Arnon, Brett, and Butch with your passive perception as well. You would hear it. You the two of you don't really notice anything out of the ordinary until you start hearing a couple like like hooting noises. Coming
Is
from
the new day here?
What? I don't.
Nothing.
Okay.
Chris might get the reference, but no one else. Listen, it's the road to WrestleMania right now. Every reference has to do with wrestling.
Nice.
Do I hear any blowfishing?
Hootie and the Blowfish. Gwen would hear it too with her passive.
Oh my gosh.
Butch, what is your passive? It's like stupid.
Pretty good.
It's 15. Yeah. Orpheus doesn't hear shit with his passive of a 9.
Classic.
9. Classic. Classic
hear-
human fighter.
Hear nothing, I see nothing. You point me in a direction and I go bonk.
Yeah. But you start hearing a couple hoots coming from the treetops. Continue walking and everything. You see or hear a few more. A couple minutes passed, and then all of a sudden you look around and there's literally any angle you look at, you look up and there's an owl. Owls everywhere.
Is it like an owl city?
It is like
Sorry?
almost like an owl city.
Oh no.
Is it playing really annoying pop?
Please say yes. Please say yes. Please
No, but
say yes.
all of a sudden there's a million fireflies.
No.
Yes. Do they have like little tiny musical instruments?
Yeah.
We gotta.
No. Suddenly every direction there's at least one owl.
I'm gonna turn to Gwen and say, "Is this normal owl behavior?"
Yeah, what's with these hooters?
I will be the judge of that.
Gwen is going to make a
Nice.
nature check.
Do it.
And Gwen is going to say, usually there's not this many owls in one spot. They're kind of a little more territorial and with their hunting and shit. I don't know, birds. I don't fucking know.
Say,
Bard
Red,
has
can't you
the
speak-
unseen servant, an invisible umbrella over the bard, so the bard doesn't mess up its hair with owl poop.
Ranger, the ranger. Can you speak with animals? Is that a thing you can do?
The ranger can.
I seem to recall that's a thing, a skill in your sleeve set, skill sleeves.
Yeah.
Are any of them carrying a sealed letter?
They all are. No.
Oh no,
I thought
they all
so.
got rerouted.
Somebody has been, one of your uncles has been like
tossing
all them.
letters.
So
Yeah.
now they're just all coming to deliver.
Yo, owls.
I saw this coming.
Fallout from a DDoS
The
attack.
bard ranger wants to know what you're cooking. What you doing here?
Who are you?
Alex.
Oh my God! Did David Caruso just take off his sunglasses?
Wow!
I think. Oh no! I just cross-referenced 2 different CSIs.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
No.
I think you did.
No. Okay.
David
Now I'm
Caruso.
confused.
Yeah, David Caruso, CSI Miami.
Okay,
Quick.
that was the Miami one.
Yeah, quick, Ike, do your impression of David Caruso's career.
It's my turn.
Red, what are they saying?
The ranger doesn't know. The ranger asked.
They
the
said-
ranger hasn't heard anything back.
Who, yeah, they said, "Who are you?" And then we got on the David
Who
Caruso.
the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Who?
What are you doing?
That for you?
Where are you going?
By the way,
Who?
if I'm going, if the ranger uses lyrics, I can't. The ranger cannot help but say the word "I," but I realize it will not come out with that word. But
Maybe it just comes out as oi.
I like that. Oi, oi.
Yeah,
It's just Roy Kent just screaming at everyone.
Yes!
The closest owl asked, "Who are you and where are you going?"
The problem is the ranger doesn't trust anything or anyone here.
Mm-hmm.
So the ranger doesn't want to identify themselves. The ranger asked you first, Owls. I admire your song.
We're owls.
The ranger asked what you were up to, though. Like,
watching
for what?
everything, hunting, odd behavior, people. You all are not
There's
from
so many
here.
of you.
Why are there so many of you?
There aren't very many of us compared to how many there are of you.
There's more of us than there are of you.
Right.
What do we hear?
Said that.
I don't know. I don't.
Just a constant New Day impression. I'm just like, hoo. New Day rocks. New Day rocks.
No idea what you're fucking talking about. Anyway.
It's all right. Emery's laughing. He knows what I'm talking about.
I get it.
They make bootios.
Oh, I know that
You
reference.
make bootios. But no, I'll the ranger says all of this for the rest of during the breaks. The ranger repeats the things to the party.
While you guys are talking between yourselves and this conversation with this one owl, you see the other owls are constantly like shifting positions, flying from one branch to the other. One will fly over here, then the other one will turn around and fly over here, so on and so forth.
Ask him if that's Sinalestra.
Yo, owls.
Kind of like
Yo.
tilt its head slightly towards you, like almost does that thing where it almost turns it completely upside down. What do you need?
How do you say it again?
Sinalestra.
Alestra?
Sinalestra.
Sinalestra.
Oh, that's in keeping with our 667 thing.
Yeah.
Sinalestra.
Is that a Sinalestra?
Yeah, you just add sin to Olestra.
Oh God.
Oh God.
Sinalestra.
It's terrible. Yeah.
You don't, Alestra, I'll add it for you.
You don't want to go there. Why are you going there? That is not a good place.
I want to know why we're going there. What should we tell them? Should we tell them the truth?
Just gonna go
Would like
hang out.
consensus. The bard would like consensus.
Just, we're just visiting, just hanging out.
Down the street. Same old
Yeah.
thing. Did last week.
Yeah. Hey, there's
So,
a nice bed and breakfast. We're gonna check out, stay in it.
That is a. that
Yo,
is-
owls, we're just, we're just going into town. We just want to find a bed and breakfast, a nice place to rest for a bit. We're just passing through.
You are not familiar with them, are you? Sinalestra is not a good place.
Who is them?
The ones who reside within. The Unseelie.
You're translating, I take it.
Yeah.
What's wrong with them?
They're not good. They're not good people. They're not good creatures.
Are they tricksy?
Very, very.
It's almost like we're in the Feywild or something.
Yeah.
You just hear this chorus around you. Hoo, 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 hoo.
Rhett, you could tell them that we could play a song for them if they will show us if there's any traps or dangers on the way there.
There are
Yo, owls.
There are dangers. There are dangers everywhere within the forest. There are no traps per se, nothing made by Fae or such. The forest itself is trap enough. People get lost. People are never seen before again.
Would you be willing to guide us?
No. We do not go there.
Cool.
You should not go there. We do not go there.
This was productive.
Do you just sit
Anyone else
here
have any questions?
on the edge and warn people off?
We have been looking. We have been watching for anything unusual.
For what purpose?
Did somebody put
Like,
you
if it's so dangerous and you don't want to go in, what purpose do you have to remain here?
We don't remain here. We were intrigued by events that were happening, which led us here.
We could play you a tune if you tell us of the events.
There were rumors through the trees, mumblings of people of not this world who may or may not have been causing trouble. The Queen sent to investigate.
The Queen? The Unseelie?
No.
Remember?
No.
Queen Alestra?
So you're working for this queen? She sent you?
Yes, the Queen. Queen Titania sent us to look, keep eyes.
I'm assuming Butch knows that name.
I was going to say, would any of us know that name?
The 21 on my religion roll?
Well, it's not a religion, so no.
I thought that, so Titania's not a demigoddess or anything?
If our ranger were to shoot this queen, would she fall down?
Wait, what?
If our ranger was to shoot your queen, would she fall down? Or is she Titania?
Oh, God damn it.
That's the owl version.
I'm trying
I
to
used who's.
whether or not Butch would have heard of.
That's fair.
Because I mean, technically she is not a deity. So.
So what about
It was a long
history
shot.
check that the bard rolled? Like, because even if it's like storied, you know what I mean? Like if it's just like, you know, bedtime tales, perhaps.
Yeah, with a 19, you've heard. I mean, clearly you all know, and especially through what Arnon has told you and other things that you've learned in the past, the Seelie Court and the Unseelie Court are the two main ruling bodies in the Fae, the light and the dark, the order and the chaos, good and evil. You have heard of an archfey named Titania who you can kind of surmise through everything that they're saying and the vibe that they're giving you between telling you that that Sinalestra and the Unseelie is not a good place to go and that they are working for a queen, that more or less that Titania is the queen of the Seelie court.
Yes.
How many mattresses does she own?
She has a whole warehouse.
Enough to feel a peat.
The Seelie queen.
Yeah. Yep.
What do y'all think? What do you want to do with all of this information?
We still have to go find her.
Let's do it.
Elric, can you make these owls gigantic and we can fly them as our mounts?
Hold on.
That's
Perhaps
not the kind of magic
the ranger
I have.
should ask them if they would be willing to do that.
Well, Elric's never shown
changing
any talent for this before, so I figure it's going to be a no.
Right.
They've already told you
the ranger.
once. They've already told you once already that they will not go in that direction.
Yeah, but I also want to know if Elric could make animals gigantic.
Ask him how far the Seelie court is from
Yeah,
here.
I don't have enlarge reduce. Don't you have enlarge reduce?
Maybe.
I know. I'm pretty sure Gwen does, but
I focus more on
Then
divination.
why is Elton still pug-sized?
it
Guys,
only lasts like a minute.
I mean, a minute is. Have you
For
seen
you,
how
maybe.
Nia Jax sits on people? I mean, she doesn't need more than a minute.
That'd be a fun minute.
No, I haven't. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's all right. The people giggling know what I'm talking about.
Okay, if the owls aren't going to do anything other than warn us, then
Ask him how far the Seelie court is from here.
We can exchange information.
Yo,
with-
owls. Ranger would like.
I'm loving this exchange
to know
between
how
the
far.
bard.
No, I don't know. Everything just hits different now that a certain word can't be used. You know,
Quite.
it's a little different.
Quite far.
Yo, owls. How far was the Seelie court?
Quite far. With your slow legs, probably 5 day.
Hey guys, with our slow legs, with our puny slow legs, 5 days. With our unfortunately timed legs.
We have wings, much faster. You do not.
Well, you can't hear what I'm saying. You can't understand the sarcasm that I'm laying out.
That's fair.
That the bard is laying down.
God,
You can't smell what the bard is cooking.
There must be a skunk in my backyard because all I smell is skunk coming through my basement window.
That stinks.
Quite literally.
You know, I just realized, Nick, as a turtle, my legs are significantly shorter than everyone else's. How is my move speed 30? Do they just go really super fast?
Because you are a walking turtle in a fantasy game. That's why.
Okay.
You've got little wheels built in.
Hey, what's the theme?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I have a serious question for you, Perry. There's a specific line in the theme song to the shirt you're wearing that is very relevant to this conversation.
Yes, I'll just relax.
Thank you.
Trying to use the Jet Li excuse from Expendables. I'm shorter, so I have to walk further, so I should get paid more.
Nice. I love it. I love it.
That's not okay, Jet Li.
He's not wrong.
Okay, well, if that's how long it takes, we had better get started.
Wait, shouldn't we?
No, that's to the one that we weren't headed for. The Seelie court is the other one. We're headed to the Unseelie, which is about 5 hours away. What I was thinking about
What's
was
the beauty rest court?
allies.
Oh, go make some friends at the Steely.
Allies?
Bring them back to the Yeah, I was thinking that earlier, but it didn't work out so well last time.
I mean, yeah, nothing has worked out that I've suggested so far in this freaking.
No, it wasn't even you talking. It was Gwen.
I told her to.
Oh.
Yeah. So far, most
I said
of our
make
efforts.
friends to Gwen. Might as well said it to myself.
Most of our efforts in this land have all backfired spectacularly.
Yeah.
Well, maybe we should go to the
Down 3 words and 2 beans.
I'm still upset about that.
Yeah, but we should have taken the boat.
The boat could only go this far.
Yeah, but to the Sealy Court, it's a different direction.
Well, I mean,
we're here first because we still have to settle that deal on behalf of Sid.
is there a time limit to that? Do we have to do that now, or do we have time to go somewhere else?
I mean, if it's only going to take 5 hours, we don't have to do it immediately.
Do we know our... wait, the owls probably can't understand what I'm saying. Do we know who our target is?
Just talk slower. That always works.
Slow and loud.
Hoot, hoot. Hoot, 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 hoot.
Don't mock the
Val
owls.
just slaps you.
I mean, our clue is...
Yo, owls. No need for violence.
See, I thought we were going there to resolve their thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seems to me like it's going to end in violence from what everybody's talking about.
So we should go get some allies before we do this thing, since the other thing is also going to be violence.
Yeah, I mean, but our most likely allies didn't want to even come, so I doubt that we're going to find help.
Well, your most likely allies could not come. That was part of the deal that he made with God damn it, with Nintro, was that there was a clause in there that they could not come within so many leagues, as it were, of Sinalestra.
So maybe
is the balancing clause.
The what?
The balancing clause.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
So what you're saying is, perhaps if we get rid of Neeners, then
Nanners.
our piratey allies will be able to join us to help us deal with the cauldron problem.
Right.
Why are we talking about bananas?
Why are you making me hungry?
Elric's just going to start walking towards the Unseelie.
Great. Now I want bananas. Why are you talking about bananas?
The bard is following.
You just hear
Later,
from
owls.
you just hear from behind you just the owls continuing to hoot and say, "Good luck."
You dumb shit.
The bard turns around. Double gun for him. Thanks, owls.
Did they just give gun feathers back?
Yeah, gun feathers.
Nice.
Well, it's the last we've seen of
Bard
those
is
guys.
The owls champ now too.
Nice.
The last we see of those guys.
You are the bard. You speak for the owls.
Oh, God damn it.
Today
The
on
bard's
Good
the champ
Feathers.
for everybody.
Okay.
You calling
So
me
I
a
guess
bad?
we walk towards the city.
With our slow legs.
With our slow legs.
With our slow, unfortunate legs.
Wada wada.
Slow, unfortunate legs.
Hey, don't mock the way I walk.
Get out of here, Ursula. Nobody asked for you. Stay in the sea where you belong.
It totally means a lot coming from nature's slowest bird.
They're quiet.
Hold up.
Great.
Time is it?
Time is relative.
Yeah.
No.
In game, what time is it?
We don't know.
At this point, yeah, I mean, time doesn't really change in the Feywild, but your body, your internal clock is telling
It's
you.
flashing 12.
Yeah, it's flashing 12. No. Your internal clock is probably telling you it's around noon or so. Like you're starting to get hungry for.
Why
for
is a
your midday
nocturnal
meal.
animal clocked at noon?
Again, time doesn't change in the
Shift
Feywild.
owls.
Time doesn't change in the Feywild. You are in constant twilight. So it's
These are the
relative.
day owls.
Enemies of the night owls.
We deal with shift owls here.
Friend of everyone and master of karate.
Friend to children.
Deliverer of letters.
Gamura.
Gamora is friend to children. Anyway. All right.
So we've got 5 hours worth of walking.
Yeah, I think this is pretty accurate role playing right now.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
All right.
What do I roll to cut to the next scene?
You're gonna need a montage.
Roll a break on through roll.
Things happening at once.
How about performance?
All right. So yeah, absolutely.
During the passage of time.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Nat 20 in performance. Skip to the next pertinent scene. Let's do this.
5 hours later.
3 hours
Meanwhile,
later. Where's the? Does somebody have the SpongeBob? 3 hours later.
3 hours
5
later.
hours later.
So you guys continue to walk. For the sake of brevity, I need somebody to make
That's not
me.
what we do here.
Not even.
Wait, hold on. When?
Yeah, exactly. I need somebody to make me a survival check to see how well you can stay on course to make it to the.
I will leave
city.
that to the cleric or the ranger.
Would anyone like to help the bard?
The Cranger.
I will help the bard. The bard can roll this time.
Roll with advantage. There you go. That was
my gosh.
terrible. That's a 14. All right. So you continue following the path that Butch had gotten you started on. You walk for a few more hours. You're kind of following almost not like a full-on trail or pathway. It's more of a game trail. This tiny little cut through the underbrush. And you make it probably another 2.5 hours before you lose the trail. You're now standing. You feel like you went in the more or less the right way, but you've gotten to a point where the forest is extremely dense. It's going to be between the brambles and undergrowth of multiple varying colors, as well as the very large trees. You don't really see at least an easy way through in the direction that you're going. And you're starting to wonder whether or not you're actually headed in the right direction.
Okay.
Couldn't we see the city from
You could-
5 hours away?
You could when you were on the boat, floating over the
Oh,
canopy.
from up there. That's where I
Correct.
saw it. Okay.
Would you like me to do some magical divination augury?
Is the familiar out?
I
yeah.
do have Edgar, who can fly up high and give me a bird's eye view.
Hey, thanks,
you're helping
Fred.
Elfie out.
Thanks, Fredzilla, for your continued support.
Yeah.
All right, you should send up Edgar Hoover.
Edgar Hoover.
Special thanks to Fredzilla for being our longest non-related patron.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's true.
Patreon.com/those-natural-ones.
What's that?
You're awesome, Pat.
Thank you, Pat.
All right. So you're sending. It's not Ethan. Edgar. Who is it now?
Edgar.
Edgar. The
Totally not Alan Poe, the Raven.
Dysfunctional Raven.
Maybe it's Edgar, like in Men in Black.
Edgar suit.
Edgar suit. Edgar suit.
Sugar with water.
Sugar in the washer.
I mean, I'm sure he definitely sounds like that now.
Probably. All right, so you send Edgar flapping above the tree line. You're switching vision.
Sure thing, boss.
God damn it. Are you switching vision?
Yes.
Make an Edgar perception check.
Edgar
Your
perception.
Edgar suit.
Does it get advantage or disadvantage because one of the eyeballs is really big?
It's my strong eye.
Vision isn't its strong suit, but it can mimic sounds, which I don't know, might come in handy later.
Look up here. Look up here.
Oh, that's an 8.
Oh no.
So with an 8.
Oh, I ran into a twig with my eye.
Okay, so with an 8.
Crazy 8.
You switch visions with Edgar, and Edgar makes it above the tree line. You're looking in the direction you're headed first, and you don't see any signs of the city. You look around, left, right, behind. Maybe you passed it. Maybe you got turned around completely and went the wrong way. You find you can't see a city. You can't see that same image, the tall trees with the wooden bridges and very like Lothlorien style dark, like the antithesis of Lothlorien, more or less. But you see multiple light sources in different directions. You see one that's, if you're looking at 12 o'clock, you see like one at maybe like close to 10 o'clock, one at like 2:30, another one at maybe 7, and then finally a fourth one at about 4-ish. Different groupings of small, could be firelights, could be other lights, you're not sure, but there's possibly 4 different areas that could potentially be Sinalestra.
I return my vision back to my own eyeballs. And my brand.
You specialize.
And then I point in vaguely what I remember those directions to be.
Scrying eyes. Anyway.
Watching you.
Yeah.
So I point to like my 10 o'clock, my 2:30, my roughly about 7, and my roughly about 4. These are the directions in which I saw lights.
Oh,
Or at
all
least
4 of
it's-
them.
Okay.
All 4.
Arnon, are you the sharpest eyed one here?
That would be the bard
Oh,
by a little bit.
Rhett, do you want to fly with
I'm
me?
sorry, do you guys need the bard?
We need
The bard.
All right. What do you need me to roll? What do you need the bard to roll?
Just come here. Let me.
Just
I'll pull you in a turtle hug. Is there a spot?
the bard
looks
is
like
feeling
it'll fit
really especially arrogant now. Speaking in third
a
person.
turtle. A turtle with a half elf.
Turtle with a half elf. Turtle power.
Nice.
The Rhett and Turt connection.
Because I'm gonna pick her up and just fly straight up.
Fantastic. Flying turtle.
The bard
Here's
can
my
also
thing.
fly.
You are Gamera, aren't you?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's right. That mandolin,
whoa.
you have the fly spell with that.
Hands off the grundle.
Yeah, like the bard can fly without resistance. But all right.
All right, so you.
Bard fly in the sky.
I can go twice as high.
Take a look at me now.
Anyway,
I'll take a look.
through a book, it's Sinalestra. Anyway,
So,
Our signals.
what would you
so
like
you're
me to roll for this?
so
I lift Rhett above the tree line.
in a very Dirty Dancing style way. You just see that anyone around sees this turtle emerging, holding a half elf. Go ahead and roll me a perception check, Rhett.
Oh man, I don't know. Watch it, but it should not be. The bard should not be cocky right now. Who knows what will happen? All right. Bard rolls 23.
23. Okay, so you easily start looking around and you see that the one that Elric pointed to that was slightly off to the left, like 1030 or so, looks very much like you see a few taller trees and you see what appears to be like.
I'm sorry, can you say that again? I'm sorry.
No, you're good. The area that
What's 1030?
the area that Elric pointed to that would be roughly like 1030 from you if you're looking at 1030, like clock directions, trying to give you like.
No, I know, but I've
forward.
never heard someone use like the half hour too. That actually legitimately confused me. 'Cause
Gotcha.
That would be two different directions.
Yeah, 10, 1030, 11. It's three,
We're
Okay,
focusing on the hour hand.
Yeah, hour hand. So roughly like 1030-ish. You do see a few trees that are significantly taller than the surrounding ones, and you do see what appears to be either torchlight or magical torchlight coming from around there. It seems like almost like a compound that's, at least from this distance, you would suspect probably at least 4 or 5 acres, if not larger. You can't really see below the tree line, but at least that center, for lack of a better term, skyscraper-esque area, there's at least a dozen trees, if not more, that are connected between different walkways and rope bridges and stuff like that. You look around to the other areas that he had mentioned the lights in. Those lights seem to be a little fainter and a little more flickery and seem to be moving quite a bit, almost like you can imagine very similar to the pixie light that you saw before that you ended up fighting a couple days prior. You can imagine that those other three are
no one licked
groves, groves of pixies.
All right, we have a direction.
You have.
Let's go back to the ground.
You have a head.
Well, before we descend,
Wonderful.
let's make use of our survival skills to find some points of reference, or is it just going to be too thick down there to see anything above the tree line anyway?
From down there,
Wait, the stars.
With 2 C's.
from down there, I mean, the forest is so thick, you're not. It's very difficult to even see through the canopy to the stars.
I'm going to shout up to Butch, hands off the grundle.
Imagine.
I'm out of the tractor beam.
Imagine the scene in The Hobbit where they're walking through the forest and he's got to go up above the tree line to see everything. It's more or less what you're dealing with right now. Only you're not getting high.
Okay.
Yet.
Speak for yourself.
Yet.
Gwen is totally sniffing every mushroom.
Right.
She
Gwen
walks by.
has licked every frog and...
Oh, no.
Excuse me. From what we were told, they were toads because that was very specifically correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Licked every toad.
I'm just fighting for your correction here.
She tried to lick every toad.
She ended up murdering them instead. Anyway.
Lick every toad.
All right. Well, as a wanderer, I can always recall the general layout of terrain.
Exactly.
So that should
General
help us
layout?
get there.
You can wait. Say that again. You could recall the general layout of terrain.
Yes, because of my feature. I'm using my feature. Gosh darn it. Feature wanderer. I can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. On top of finding fresh food and water for up to 5 people.
That's very vaguely worded. Because that makes me think that if you're recalling them, that means you would have to have seen them.
Which I did from above, so I can see the lay of the land.
You can see the tops of the trees.
Yes. And assuming the trees are of relatively uniform height, I therefore know like the topography a bit. Of course, if it's all just flipping flat, that doesn't help me.
There's a little bit of almost like ebbs and flows, but it's fairly flat.
That's all I got, Nick.
I know. But you feel fairly comfortable after Rhett pointed out the general direction, or pointed out the structure that she saw. You feel pretty confident in your wandering capability.
Confidence acquired.
Confidence acquired. So as you head back down, I would like
Slayer. Confidence acquired.
I would like somebody, whoever is
Capture
leading
the confidence.
whoever is leading the pack, to go ahead and make another survival roll. Do it with.
Did you make sure to check our 6 while you're up there? Or did you just check the 10:30?
We only checked the 6:30. Is that okay?
Always check the 6.
Right.
I'm assuming the Rangers help me.
Yes,
so
right. I'm sorry, Butch. Yes.
This is not where you want to run into a bogey.
23 survival.
23 survival. So
No bogeys.
as you all ended up in this very dense section of the forest, where this game trail that you were following ended, you look around and you know the general direction that you need to head in. There is no pathway that way, but you start making your way through the underbrush, and it's very, very slow going, but...
Yes, we are real timing this 5-hour walk.
Exactly. You are very confident that you are headed in the right direction. At this pace, it is probably...
We don't want to head in one direction. No one asked for one direction. Maybe Simon Cowell.
Hey, they're not that bad.
So, as you continue off in that direction, a couple hours go by, and you start getting to the point where you are starting to see through the tree line. You're starting to see flashes of lights. You're starting to see here, more or less, anyone with a passive perception over maybe like a 15 or so are starting to hear a little more rustling and a little more lively mumblings in the wind. You're still not close enough to make out anything, but you do hear noises, instruments playing, and you start smelling.
Flip my hood up, start sneaking out in front of the group.
Okay. Go ahead and
playing a scout.
Go ahead and make stealth. But you're starting to smell aromas of a city. You're starting to smell cooked foods of some sort.
32.
Fantastic. Go ahead and roll me a perception as well while you are sneaking ahead.
Do we all want to be sneaky? Because I passed without a trace now.
I'm scouting right now, so I'm like 90 feet ahead of you.
Yeah. As you
Just FYI.
Yeah.
As you all see Arnon kind of disappear in the shadows as he is wont to do, kind of move out ahead of you a little bit. Arnon, you make it about 90 feet ahead or so. Through the trees and everything, you start seeing... At first, it almost looks like just intense underbrush before you start seeing, like, you're coming up on a wall of brambles and thorns and interconnected branches.
Like a hedge wall type?
Yeah, it's... At first you think maybe hedge wall or so, but then you look up and you see that this wall is probably at least 15, 20 feet tall, if not taller. You can't really tell because of the angle and the trees around you. Looks more like a natural border wall. You've heard Butch and Gwen talk about the thorn wall of mesh that the druids grew at the border of Shan. You can imagine this is something very similar.
I will sneak back and tell them there's a pale comparison to the mesh wall up ahead. It's just a lame imitation, but they try.
How high?
About 20 feet.
Well, at 20 feet, it disappeared into the canopy to where you couldn't see how much taller it was.
20 feet.
We're going to go with 20 feet.
I observed 20 feet.
Elven feet, I assume.
Yeah, elven feet. Definitely not Goliath feet.
No. Or gnome feet.
Yeah. Definitely 20 elven
like
feet.
40 gnome feet.
Yeah.
You push forward. Moving on up.
Do you want to kind of rotate along with the wall to see if we find a road, or you just want to go up to the wall and keep sneaking?
No, I think getting
Ellis,
caught by the
wall down.
Unseelie.
Don't tempt me.
I'm just asking for everybody's opinion.
I'm liable to do it if asked.
What are we going to have to give up just to get into the city?
Whatever it is, I'm never going to give it up.
He's also never going to let it
we
down.
Just sneak in.
I can't imagine.
I'm in favor of sneaking at this point, given all we've lost already.
Yeah, but isn't that breaking a bunch of laws? And aren't they especially cruel or something?
I'm pretty sure ignorance of the law is a good excuse. That's how that works, right?
I don't think it's worked that way so far.
Did we get to skirt the law during wartime?
Yeah. I mean, Gwen and I could...
Art is all about law skirting.
Ah, skirt, goddamn.
Yeet! Yeet!
I don't think you can yeet me over that wall.
Skirt!
Jesus Christ.
Bard cast Little John.
Oh, okay. I could perhaps paint a door at the wall.
It's like just branches and stuff. I don't know, would that work? It's not like a solid wood wall. It's like a shrubbery.
I suppose there's only one way to find out.
So, with the deity of knowledge and how to get through the wall? I don't know.
Yeah. And you seem like you want to talk to her today, Butch. Do you want to talk to her?
She might not even know. Okay.
I'm afraid to make that call myself. I could lose my mind.
I don't know.
Butch asks his goddess, and she says,
each time we do it,
certainly try.
Yeah. I don't think it's worth using up some of the sacrificial offerings that I have.
You hear a whisper in the wind. You can certainly try. Just do something. Do anything. I'll take him up to the wall.
All right, yeah, you walk
and
up.
not to the window.
No.
I'm going to sneak.
Anybody getting hot?
Sneak. Butch is.
I'm real good at sneaking.
Butch is attempting to sneak, and he's got a leaf over his head.
All right, so no one wanted to use
Yeah,
no one's stopping you.
I will gladly wait for that spell to be cast.
I offered it.
Yeah, she offered it before I left. So.
She did.
Yeah.
Sure,
I figured when I was taking them all that we were just going to use it.
So we good for me to
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, great.
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Does the bard hit apply active effects?
Yes, the bard hits apply active effects.
Of course the bard hits apply active effects.
Then as long as you are in the radius on Foundry, you do not need to add the 10. It should add it automatically.
Unless you rolled before it happened. So, Butch, we're just going to say you got an 18. So,
okay.
Yeah. I'll go. Let's go around this wall, see if we can find a way. And I'll go to the edge and lead.
Okay, so you're trying to skirt the wall then?
Skirt. Yes.
Skirt.
I got a 41.
This is fucking great.
Why do you even roll?
Let me do Gwen's real quick.
That sentence applies to me in combat. Why do you?
Oh my gosh.
17.
I'll just go ahead and try to ruin this here.
Gwen got a 17.
How about a 12?
Yours didn't apply because you're not inside, so it's actually a 22.
Oh.
Because you're right outside of the circle on the map. So yours is actually 22.
Did mine apply?
No, yours didn't either.
Am I supposed to see a boat?
Weird.
Yes.
It's not outside the circle. The circle goes all the way back to the back of the boat.
No, it doesn't. On my map, it goes.
Yeah,
it stops right there.
I don't know what's on. I must still have Butch's thing because Butch is the center of the circle on mine.
No, Butch is not the center of the circle. Red is the center. Yeah. So that's fine. Red is a 27. Orpheus is a 22. Gwen is a 17. Arnon is a stupid at 41. Elric is 33 and Butch was 18. So you all feel relatively stealthy, but you're having trouble keeping track of where the fuck Arnon went.
Arnon
disappeared into campaign 2.
The disembodied voice of God called him stupid. He's very insecure.
Yeah. Arnon disappeared all the way into campaign 2.
We don't see Arnon. The Sealie or Unseelie don't see Arnon. Arnon doesn't see Arnon.
Arnon, you look down at your hands.
Because he's hiding underneath the covers on the
I came back as a bard. Is that what you're saying?
Arnon's new name is John Cena. Hey, there's a wrestling reference that I know.
You did it.
I did it. Yay. Anyway.
I performed some 5-knuckle shuffles.
Oh, no.
That's the move,
Yeah,
you guys.
it is. I know that. A little, and he punches him in the face.
Back me up on this.
Yeah, but see, the
Pretty
problem
much.
is if you do the 5-knuckle shuffle too much, then you can't see either.
That's fair.
No,
All right.
the knuckles
so,
just hairy.
as you approach the wall, are you which way are you skirting around? Are you gonna go left or right?
I'm going counterclockwise.
I don't know because I can't see Arnon.
Okay, you're gonna go counterclockwise. Counterclockwise is gonna take you closer to the direction that you approach from, just so you're aware. So you're gonna skirt around and you're gonna come basically the angle that you originally headed before you guys deviated from your course.
So maybe the other way?
It's up to you. I'm just giving you all of the spatial things.
That way would take us back
Did
to
Scott
the
freeze?
course that we were off of.
Scott is frozen, isn't he? All right. Well, this is a great time anyway for us to go ahead and take our break because it is just about 10 till 10. So give us like 10 minutes and hopefully Scott will reconnect in that point and we will continue this sneak. So we shall be right back. And we are back, all computer glitches aside. We had multiple people with router issues there, apparently.
Just kidding.
You bastard. I fucking hate you so much.
Don't you do it.
What a dick.
All right.
What a dick.
So you're approaching...
Delete this guy.
Before we left for break, you were approaching the wall. You were all fairly stealthy. You all felt... We all felt bypassed.
Is somebody's house getting broken into right now?
So...
I'm making sure it doesn't get broken into.
Man, that 41 stat roll is really, really working.
Yeah.
Sneaking into people's houses now.
Scott is not as stealthy as Arnon is.
So as you approach this large wall, and the closer you get, the more you can realize that it's significantly taller than 20 feet. It's still at this angle, being, only a few feet away from the base. Difficult to see the top, so very hard to judge how tall it will go. You said you're going to circle to the left?
I said counterclockwise.
Everything you own in the box to the left.
Counterclockwise. Oh, sorry, counterclockwise. That would have been to the right. My bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But that was before I DC'd, so if you guys decided on something else, then I'll go with it.
No, I don't think
I thought we were doing
There
that.
were no decisions made while you were frozen.
Yeah. So you
The break was the only decision.
Yeah. So you start. I'm assuming you're not going like directly next to the wall, correct? You're gonna back up a little bit into the.
Yeah.
As you continue, edging the city.
Not so far back that the wall thinks I'm trying to avoid it, but not so close as to, make it think that I'm creepy.
So you start
Really creepy when you're edging.
You start edging the city, and
God.
patience is a virtue while edging the city.
No.
Do I need a roll to resist seduction?
So
What are we doing?
The wall's so
Rhett
tall.
is just glad that you can still figure out ways to be disgusting without using certain words.
So you continue.
And Rhett says, "Let's go."
As you continue to go around, you notice a few places in the wall where it kind of juts out slightly, almost like a half moon style, like cylindrical area of the wall built in or kind of embedded into the wall itself, right where things tend to turn. Very similar to almost like, is that a buttress? Is that the word I'm looking for?
I was thinking of a plastron.
Half moon, buttress.
Convex.
Oh my God.
Every
You
time.
can't keep using buttress because every time I just think of that crazy pillow that was on the Joel McHale show.
Oh God!
I'm putting it in the stream chat, in the player stream chat this time.
Yeah, we've had it in there before.
Oh, it's going again.
So you continue around and you continue edging around this city for probably a good 15-20 minutes. Probably closer to like 10-15 minutes before you come to a point where the forest itself starts thinning out slightly, and you start to see from your distance, from your vantage point, you start seeing a main road that appears to be going towards the city wall itself. You notice if you look over towards where the road hits this wall, you don't really notice like a gate or anything so much as you see the vines have been like pulled back into a large archway, an archway that's probably about 15-20 foot diameter, probably raises 20-25 feet tall in the center. You see standing outside at first. Actually, go ahead, everybody, roll me a perception check to see what you see.
Well, going from experience, I see nothing.
23.
I hear nothing.
Sorry, I panicked because I felt highlighted and I was like, "What's happening?"
Might take me a moment. Foundry's refreshing here.
All right. Well,
I had to refresh it after I went out.
Butch and Elric specifically, what you two notice is standing outside of this wall, kind of one on either side of the pathway walking in towards the archway. You see two fairly decent sized trees. Arnon, Rhett.
Tree's good.
We're going to assume that Orpheus sees the same thing.
All right.
Arnon and Rhett.
Upgrade.
Yeah.
We found trees, guys.
You see two trees standing solo.
Have you guys ever seen trees? They're all around.
I like portals.
Homestar Runner.
Thank you, the bard.
So
It's actually had my little dog voice.
probably 15 foot tall, 12 to 15 foot tall trees, one on either side, flanking the roadway going in. Arnon and Rhett, the two of you notice these aren't just trees. You notice faces in the trees. You notice slight twitching, slight movements in the trees. You hear from off in the distance, off to your right, coming down the pathway, you hear what appears to be like wagon wheels almost. And about a couple seconds later, coming into view, you see a wagon, 2-3 wagons rolling down the street. Don't really appear to be pulled by anything at first glance. You see elven-like creatures, but in shades of orange and red and yellow skin tones, hair, very bright and vibrant, sitting on these carts as they approach. The back of the cart's covered. You can see outlines of boxes, crates, and such. As they approach the archway of the wall, you see the two trees kind of move, bend down slightly. None of you hear, or you hear mumbling between these large trees and the elven individuals who are riding on the carts. Can't quite make out any words. Can't, between the distance and your lack of knowledge of the language. But you hear a brief interaction between the two before the two trees kind of step back and stand tall again and let the carts roll through into the city.
So the wall just moved out as the gate?
The wall, right now there's just an archway. You don't see any indication of a gate. It's just an archway with these two trees flanking it.
So there was talking up in the trees?
You and Rhett saw faces on the trees.
Faces on the tree?
And you heard the trees interacting with the elves that were riding on the carts.
Are they tree beards?
We saw tree faces?
Yes.
Like, yeah, that I'm not joking. That's actually a real question. Like, is that like a tree beard type?
Yes. You would know these. Well, go ahead and make a history check.
Do I get to make that with advantage then?
I'm going to say for the sake of this, yes. Even though technically these things are not really Fey. They're Fey adjacent, but...
Damn.
Nice.
Well, I mean, my other roll is a 17. So I got a natural 20 for 27.
With a 27 and 18, yeah, both of you know these as treants. Sentient tree folk. Treants, because you can't use the word ent because that's copyrighted by the Tolkien estate.
So you didn't just use it?
No.
Of all of the things you think we're gonna get caught for.
No, that was not on us. That's my commentary on D&D in general.
I'm
for changing it to treant as opposed to just ent.
Like we all know what it is.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
It's not a tree ant. It's a tree ant.
Yeah, treant.
Grant.
Treant.
Hey y'all. Let's talk these trants.
Nice.
One of them's Mr. Resner.
Oh God.
That's only if you're nasty.
Starting to feel like I have a head like a hole.
Yeah.
It's too bad they're not truants, because maybe they would have
The
skipped
ret
class
has rubbed off on all of you.
We got kind of a sentry situation here, guys.
Sentry, son of a bitch.
We're still going to try to sneak, or?
Sure, let's try it.
Well, yeah, how long does... Hold on.
It's an hour.
Wait, so we're going to try and sneak between two trees?
Well, it's better than trying to sneak between two ferns.
Yeah, there's all kinds of Zach Galifianakis in these fae.
A lot of
no, there's more than one of them.
Yeah, Rhett used the correct plural.
Galifianakis.
That's amazing.
It's not.
Let's sneaky cheeks our way right through.
All right.
So just so we all know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to sneak into the headquarters of the evil court, past the.
You're going to try and go past 2 trees that are standing roughly maybe less than 5 feet away from this wall that has a maybe 15-foot gap, the 15 to 20-foot opening in through no cover, through just the main road that's going into this what you can imagine is a fairly large city and the headquarters of the evil Fae Court.
Hypothetically, could we sneak up like less than 30 feet away and then Misty step behind them without them noticing?
Not all
Maybe
of us.
we could throw a rock down the end of the road and then sneak.
How about I cast tongues?
The bard can have the unseen servant wrote things,
and then the bard's silver tongue can talk us into the city.
The bard's silver tongue prefers to be antagonistic, it seems, given history.
And just a reminder that tongues lets you speak but not understand.
Son of a gun. Wait, wizard, don't you have a thing that people understand?
The bard is not able to use all words available previously to the bard. Therefore,
you can use we.
The message,
you can use we.
He is great.
You can use we. We is fine.
Wait for another covered wagon and become a stowaway.
So
the bard is afraid we're going to get dysentery if we get on any wagons.
Only if you cross the river.
Okay, I have a couple of ideas.
Cork the wagon and float across.
I have a spell called Seeming that would be able to disguise our physical appearance. All of us.
Okay, the tongue spell. Sorry.
I was going to say, the question is, if we were to go that route, sneaking in, what would we look like going in? The other idea that...
If you could maybe take me in a little bit at the waist. Maybe a little here, too.
I was going to say, maybe just move
we're not to the suggestions point yet, I see.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Oh, you're right. You're right, Butch. I didn't read that in a while. It lets you understand as well. You are correct.
Tongues let you speak and understand.
Grants the creature you touch the ability to understand any spoken language it hears, and moreover, when the target speaks, any creature that knows at least one language can hear the target understand what it says. So it's not so much that you can hear or understand so much as it's the Star Trek communication universal translator magic.
Right.
And I prepped it in case this kind of situation came up.
How about we try diplomacy first? The bard,
That's definitely our strong point. I like this plan.
We're gonna keep trying, and maybe one day it'll work.
We have Rhett. Rhett's amazing
at pissing people off.
There was only one time.
Not all the time. Times that things were fine, and then there was another time where our good friend Pat. I should have done better. It wasn't my fault.
Also,
I can remember at least pissing off 2 vendors, a city guard, There
was one vendor.
A satyr at the beginning of this realm.
I really want these fans to be overhearing this conversation.
To antagonize.
2 vendors, one of which was Alien.
Yeah, it was 2.
Okay.
But he's dead now, so it doesn't matter.
Let's at least try that first with these trees. We'll try it, and then if or maybe when it doesn't work, hopefully it works, but if it doesn't, perhaps then we will sneak our way in somehow. Traffic has to come through here, so we'll like hitch onto something.
Does the wall look climbable?
Between the thorns and the brambles, and you don't know. Somebody actually, you're asking Arnon, so make a nature check or survival, your choice.
The bard would like to help.
The bard was not the one that asked the question.
The bard is disappointed with your answer.
Because
the bard is sad.
Lindsay, can bards? Yeah. Can you give bardic inspiration to yourself?
You said nature.
Yes, nature or survival, your choice.
Yes, I can.
All right, so that's
natural 2 for a 9.
You can certainly try to climb that. I mean, it looks. You see branches. You see outcroppings. It
could look ouchy though.
I mean, there's thorns on there. That it could be.
No dex though. Like legit question. Like it wouldn't be dex.
Dex
or
what?
Athletics, right?
No, this was whether or not it looked climbable.
Word.
If he was to climb it, then Dex would probably come into play. However, actually, no. Climbing is athletics.
Do you have any gloves of non-ouchiness or anything?
Yeah, you see
anti-ouch gloves.
I don't have any gloves, right, Butch?
No, you don't have any gloves.
But yeah, you see thorns.
That's been established.
You do see thorns and stuff, but looking at it, you could totally climb this.
All
right. You've got a D4 guidance from Gwen, I'm sure, plus your bardic die, and you've got that silver tongue. I think we'll be okay.
Guidance. Did that sound Gwen enough?
Now, Rhett, I know you've been having a bad time, but let's try to be nice.
Red has been nice when they've been nice to me.
Okay,
we could argue chicken egg.
Let's try to inception the nice.
If they'd be nice to us, precious.
I'm actually going to stand up for Rhett on this one.
Why?
I think, if anything, Gwen might have been the one having the worst time.
Nasty little elves.
All right, let's target
little hobbitses.
Rhett.
They stare it from us.
Which one is Rhett?
The one next to Elton.
I'm trying to zoom in. Oh.
So what's the plan here?
I'm casting tongues on Rhett so Rhett can talk us in.
Now, would tongues allow Rhett to use words that she was not allowed to use previously?
No.
Okay.
Or I think I mean to say you can certainly try.
No. No chances. No chance. Tomorrow.
I know that one.
I know you do. We went to wrestling together.
I know.
During that time period.
Yeah, I was going to say that was in like 2000. All right, so you're casting tongues on Rhett. Gwen is guiding.
Arnold's going to use his 41 to stay in the fucking trees.
Fair enough. That seems like a legitimate Arnon move.
You guys were just having this whole conversation with a Cheshire cat mouth in the shadow.
Nick, quick question.
Yes.
Do I use my holy symbol or do I use a small clay model of a ziggurat?
Well, your holy symbol is your spell focus, so it can replace anything that is not consumable or anything that costs money. So
okay.
So you can. I'm assuming that you just use your holy symbol and not the clay ziggurat.
I mean, it would be amazing. Be like, where'd you pull that from?
Hold on a second. Hold on. You see you see Butch bend down and pull some clay out of the earth and just mold this little ziggurat.
Guys, there's a souvenir stand right over there.
Small cigarettes for sale.
Like if you pan the camera 5 feet to the left.
It's like that scene in Down Periscope where he's going and buying gum at the souvenir stand in the fucking submarine.
Like
underrated film for sure.
All right, so
Truly.
Butch,
Is that the Kelsey Grammer one?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Kelsey Grammer as
Butch
the captain of a
walks over to you,
submarine.
Rhett, and touches his shield gently to your shoulder, and then slips a small babblefish in your ear.
Small babblefish.
Don't love that.
What?
It's like, speaking of movie references, Wrath of Khan fish right in your ear.
No.
It only lasts an hour.
Question: who's with me? Like, who's also visible with me?
Right now, you guys are still hidden, so you haven't decided whether or not you are going to be visible.
I think we need to. Rhett thinks we need to decide that. No.
I agree.
I think we need to all be visible because we're
Mostly
trying to be honest.
because when Rhett is expressing things, saying the royal we will be very strange. If Rhett is by herself.
We have come to court.
The bard has come to court.
Actually,
think-
scratch that because Rhett will have Elton regardless. So the bard thinks that it should still be a group decision, but
Orpheus
Bard
is
can
no
still
good at
use
sneaking
we.
around anyway, so Orpheus will join you.
I don't think they're gonna believe that you've argued in good faith if you produce suddenly more people than were present to begin with.
Yeah, this is kind of like a everyone up front or no one.
cool. Let's go. Just look around.
Yeah, let's just saunter over to the pear trees.
Harnan, are you sauntering with them?
I'm going to saunter over to the pear trees.
God damn it.
Now, if Arnon climbs on my back and clings to my shell, do I count as cover?
No. Absolutely not.
You
We're not.
count as security.
So, Arnon, are you going with them or are you staying hidden? Because again, you're looking at that wall and you're like,
Fighting his instinct.
I could absolutely climb that.
I'm going to stay hidden and see how it goes.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Alacrity on myself
Okay.
and I'm going to stay hidden.
All right.
Ready to
So
stab a tree.
ready to stab a tree. Fuck that tree. Fuck that tree.
I'm gonna carve
This is
my
going to be
initials.
like that time that you and me went and tried to cut down the tree with just an axe because we thought it would be fun. And we were out
You know
there
what I
for
was thinking of
3
earlier in the
hours because it just kept bouncing off the rotten wood. What was
that time right after WoW came out, and I was trying to sneak up on you, and you turned around And I just stood there. You're like, sneaking doesn't work like it works in WoW. I can see you. And I just kind of snuck back.
Yeah. All right. So everyone else is going out with Rhett then?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So you all exit out of the forest onto the main road and start walking up towards these two trees. Rhett.
Can Gwen give her the D4 guidance?
Yeah, she did. I rolled it for her. You see these two trees kind of turn and face towards you and kind of sway slightly over, and you see their rooted legs. Now you can kind of see that they are slightly separated as they each take a step to kind of block the path. You hear, Rhett, you're able to understand this. The rest of you just hear. Actually, yeah, they're going to speak in a language that technically only Rhett and Gwen can understand. You just hear, "Halt. What business do you have in Sinalestra?"
Sorry, above game. We just want to visit the queen, right? Or do I want to be that honest?
I think you can lie as much as you want.
Yeah,
because we're mortals. We're not bound by fate stuff. I don't know how much you want to lie, though. I know we seek an audience with someone, right? What's her name?
We've come to petition the court and visit a bed and breakfast.
Yeah, what was
My friends and me.
I don't know. We booked it on Airbnb.
Yeah.
My friends and me would like to visit the town, perhaps see the castle where the queen resides.
Are you here for trade?
Yes.
How long will you stay?
Long enough just to enjoy the sights, the foods, the smells, and then we'll be on our way.
You are not of... Kind of leans down slightly, looks over each of you. You are not of the Fae. You have Fae in your blood. Looks over towards Gwen. You seem familiar here. Looks over at Elric.
Oh, you nasty.
You are also... God damn it. But the three of you seem fine. The other compatriots, you have a human and a turtle.
My bad.
Looks at Butch. What the fuck is that?
Do you speak for all?
More about me. Part of my lineage is also human. I bring my friends for moral support.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
Advantage?
No.
Not even with
Silvertongue does not give you
inspiration or guidance?
That does not. None of those give you advantage. Those give you additional dice to roll.
Okay, I never know. I just was asking a question.
Yeah.
So it's persuasion?
Yes. Guidance is an extra D4. Bardic Inspiration is an extra D8. However, you just rolled a 23, so...
That's an 18 on the die.
Okay, wait, so I could have, but in another... But
if you would like to
I
add...
could have used it anyway.
No, you can...
No, I'm just asking, because
Yes.
you said no, but now you're saying yes, so I am legitimately confused.
No, I said you don't have advantage. I said you can roll an additional D8 and an additional D4.
Got it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But with a 23, He's like, you see this tree slowly start. He's like, and steps past. He's like, the city is open. You may venture forth. Do not break our laws, and you will find no trouble here.
Do you perhaps have like a pamphlet of aforementioned laws
You
to
read my mind.
ensure we do not break these laws?
Do I look like
would
I
like
have
to-
pockets?
I love the
It's like-
idea of
I mean,
total
you're
smart
quite
ass.
large. I can't see all of you, so I'm not sure if you have.
Our rules,
I don't know of your storage capacity.
our laws are simple. Do not steal, do not murder, do not cause trouble, and you should
Don't
be
be a
okay.
douche. No, you can be a douche.
Hey,
If you need further detail, find the lawmaster inside, and they will give you more information.
what is the lawmaster's name, and where do they typically
God damn it.
hang out?
The lawmaster is in the first level of the center tree. You will find them typically there as their deputies tend to patrol the inner sanctum of the city.
There are some who call it.
Oh, what the hell just happened? Why did my TV just shut off? Give me a second. Oh, my cable screwed
the
up
Twitch
again.
stream
Hold
just
on.
went out too.
Yeah, no, it was my my cable just shut off. Give me a second. Damn it. Sorry, guys. Give me a second as I
This
get
difficulties break could have been brought to you by you. If you go visit patreon.com/thosenatural1s.
Sorry, my HDMI cable shut. My HDMI cable just like shut off. It's still saying that there's no signal on mine. Give me 2 seconds. Talk amongst yourselves.
We're up on.
I know
on
you
YouTube.
are, but I can't.
Okay.
Come on, knock on my door.
So
Yeah.
Buttons.
we haven't started a fight yet, so that's good, right?
Not yet. That was
Like a new
fantastic.
record.
We're just
Talking.
gonna kind of go with
It's a
this.
new record for us.
All I see is no signal. Is it on? I need to get a new H.
I mean, Twitch
Looks
is on.
fine.
I know it is. It's just on my TV. I can't see it. It's the computer's registering it, but the HDMI cable must have a short in it somewhere.
Can't see
And
anything.
Infernal, I say it
I
at
can see-
Orpheus. I'm like, I didn't start a fight, dude.
I can see it in OBS. I just can't see it on the TV.
Really excited.
Yeah, dick.
I mean, you could try to turn it on.
The trees didn't say anything about mirrors, right?
No.
Zero
No.
mirror talk.
Mirrors, son of a.
Hey, we're
Just don't cause any
speaking in
trouble.
Infernal right now, guys.
I'm just saying the enemy can spy at us through the mirrors.
Nick, what does the Sylvan sound like to my total ears? Is it like the rustling of branches, the whistling of wind,
All right.
the
Continue.
gargling of marbles?
It sounds very similar to Elvish, just to like a different dialect. He says the lawmaster's name is Virion. He is in the center, the first level of the center tree.
We deeply appreciate your time and the information that you've shared with us. We will be on our way. Please let us know if you need anything from us to make you more comfortable with our stay and visit here.
Seems to be going well, right?
As much as a tree can nod to you, it does. As it kind
Just a
of,
friendly rustle.
as you see the two trees kind of stand back
Friendly
up,
jazz hands.
stand back up straight and move back to their original positions, opening the roadway to you.
Does it all
Have we
seem to be
gotten
going
far
well
enough
to
away
me?
from the tree?
Seems. Go ahead and make a perception check, Arnon.
Perception check. All right. $19.
Seems to be going pretty well.
okay, I'll just kind of like sneak out behind him and just act like I was there the whole time.
Okay.
I mean, technically, you're in the circle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stealth.
In the circle of trust.
Okay.
Mega stealth.
Okay. Fair enough. As you all enter in, as you walk through this archway of thorny, viney growth.
Ew.
Really?
As you walk in, you see the dirt pathway continues and then branches off in numerous different directions. You see from your angle, or from your viewpoint, you see a few small huts and small buildings, wooden thatched roofed buildings throughout the immediate opening. As you look, the land kind of dips down slightly the further in you go, and you start seeing in the distance multiple large trees in the center of this walled area. You see trees that are probably 50 to 75 foot wide diameter, going on immeasurably tall, it seems. You look up and you see multiple levels climbing through the insides of these trees, and you see spiral staircases made out of wood around some of them. You see there's rope bridges connecting platforms from one tree to another. At the base of the closest one seems to be carved out, almost like the tree itself grew a natural arch. And from inside you see, or there's a glow, lightly orange glow of some sort of light, firelight, magical light, you're not sure. There's people. At first you see elves, those same orange-skinned, yellow, red elves. You see others that are more icy blue, some that are earth-toned. There are other creatures, satyrs, fauns, walking around, mingling. There are a few of those similar creatures to what attacked you, the quicklings, darting between building to building to building. Pixies going throughout, a few other creatures that you're not familiar with. Some look like large beasts walking on two legs. All manner of different creatures roaming throughout this city.
Are we far enough away from
to...
the tree to, like, we're not in listening distance from the tree?
Yeah, you're probably from the center mass of, you know, a dozen or so large trees. You're probably a good half mile away from that area.
So, can we see how high the wall goes up from the inside?
From the inside, you can see that the wall itself is probably close to 100 feet.
Yeah, I could have climbed that. Easy.
Rhett just wants to point out that she did a really great job.
Fantastic job.
Despite,
you know,
absolutely. Any of it, but it seemed to go very well. That's why I came out. I'd like to retcon how I came out too. Like, all of a sudden, you just heard me go, and then you turned around and my back was towards you, and then you heard my zipper go up, and then I turned around and joined you guys.
Fantastic.
So you potentially pissed on the beings that we were trying to
No,
talk.
I was down like 5 feet. I didn't pee on them. Peed on their friends.
Okay. Pissing on their friends. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Circle of life, baby.
Butch is just trying to absorb everything. It's a lot to take in.
Except for the
There
piss.
are different styles, different looks of these. You can assume that they are hags walking through different. There's dryads, small darkling-like creatures.
Hide your children, hide your wives.
Mm-hmm.
There's hags in this town.
Creatures you've never seen before, never heard of before, wandering through this town.
I don't suppose there are any shops around here.
Is there like a mall map or like a visitor's kiosk?
Something with a "you are here" dot.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check if you would like.
Sure. Investigate for mall map. Check. 19. 18.
Nice.
Dang, Elric.
So with an 18, a 13, and a 29. Rhett and Arnon, you don't know. Well, clearly there's no like "you are here" mall maps anywhere around there. However,
This place is lame.
Elric, you do notice an area, if you're looking specifically for like vendors and merchants and stuff like that, you do notice an area. There is, from the entrance that you're currently standing off, the roadway branches in multiple different areas or different directions. You notice that down probably the second branch from the left, there is a small cluster of what looks like almost like shrubs, like overgrown shrubs that probably 10, 15, 20 feet tall, grown in almost cylindrical patterns. Small steps walking up to archway doors. These like 5 to 10 shrubs, for lack of a better term, seem to have been converted into small buildings, and you do see quite a bit of foot traffic in and out, going from one to the other. People carrying goods and baskets and all types of foodstuffs and vegetation and stuff like that. You can imagine this is the closest thing to a market that you would find.
Can I see what they're trading with? Like using as currency?
I mean, you would have to go into one of the buildings because from your angle, from your angle, you just see them, or Elric sees people coming in and out of these buildings carrying these goods.
I mean, if I notice that, I'm going to not say it so much as just motion everyone over.
We'll follow. I mean, Butcher.
Same.
Okay. So you're heading toward. You head towards this market-style area. Like I said, there's probably, once you get close, there's probably 10 or so different buildings, pathways interconnecting between probably half and half on either side. And you do see quite a few people, using that term loosely, meandering and wandering between the different buildings.
All right. Now, this area seems to be a place where shopping can be done. Although I most likely advised against it on the basis of, well, what it seems is the trade around here.
What if there be beans?
You mean more
Maybe
beans?
Beans have been traded away, and you can reunite with your bag of beans.
That
Who knows how far the beans have traveled?
two of the beans have been used.
Right. Maybe the other beans were sold here.
We got them back.
The rest of the beans are right here. I pull up the bag.
Oh, right.
All right.
That was the.
Much forgot.
I know
So
we were
did
getting
Rex.
used to eunuch Elric, but we got them back.
You
Yeah, I
got it
forgot.
back in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in bag.
I have no intention of selling these. That said, in this
There we
general
go.
vicinity, we can.
Sorry, everybody
At
on the
least-
stream, but got the TV back on.
Cool.
We can at least from here kind of observe people for a bit before we walk straight into a fake court like the foreigners we are.
Okay, Arnon.
Yeah.
What kind of Fae would be the best for me to sell a word to here?
You want to sell a word, huh?
Well, I want to know what it gives someone to have a word. I mean, we saw that guy
Maybe you
just...
should buy one then.
Right, I want to trade a word for a word.
Oh. I don't know. I've never done that transaction except with the one dude.
Yes, but you're all versed in all matter of creatures.
I would say the closest thing would be somewhere where we go for like Elric spells, or maybe like potions we buy someplace like that.
Hold on, I'm remembering something on my character sheet.
There's some hags we
Actually,
passed.
what's on the character sheet? Yep.
Not as
Hags?
derogatory
Oh,
a term
right,
here as it is
Unseelie.
where we're from, by the way. It's what they prefer to be called, hags.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
No, I'm recalling that Butch read a book at one point.
Just the one.
Come on. It was. I spent a lot of time on that book, but I don't read a lot of books now. It was a book of monsters. Remember, Nick?
One fish, two fish, red fish, green fish.
I made a note. A note of what book? Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. After reading a book of beasts. Oh, it's about beasts. Never mind. I have a lower DC to know things about beasts.
Yes.
Oh, well. Okay. None of these are beasts. Boo. Hag, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mess around with it, but
Yeah, that's probably the wise thing to do.
don't trade
Still
away something
curious.
important like Meat Sunday.
No, I was thinking more of the words that I tend not to use.
Maybe I could trade the F word.
Well, that's what I was going to trade.
The F word?
Yeah. I hardly ever use it. No, mine.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you need to keep that.
Wait a minute, what the fuck?
No, that's his F word.
We're talking about we're talking about different F words.
Yeah. You'd about
Actually,
to trade
you
it so
could-
that you'd never have to say it again.
Yeah, that would be kind of amazing.
Oh my god.
Well, oh no, we'd have to say ally or bestie.
Compatriots.
Comrade.
Yeah.
As you're standing
I don't
here,
think you'd be able to say BFF. Yeah, just talking common.
as you are standing here, continuing basically in this crossroads, continuing to talk, you continue to see different, all manner of creatures meandering in and out and to and from these different buildings, as well as, and I use the term buildings very loosely, these shrubberies, and continuing up and down the pathway. You, everybody, make a perception check for me.
We don't have enough of a tourist vibe going on right yet. We should ask somebody to take our picture.
Which one of you has the giant camera around your neck?
I think that's definitely Butch, yeah. Did you say perception?
Yes.
Ooh, brought my big dice.
All
Ooh,
right.
Butch with a 23.
Oh, buddy.
Orpheus, that might be the best perception roll you've had
is.
the entire campaign.
It is. There's no doubt. It
He had
is.
a 19 once.
Wow.
You're very quick on the draw with that one.
Elric with a 17, Rhett with an 18, Orpheus with a 17, Arnon with a 12, and Butch with a 23.
I'm a little salty. I didn't get my little, necklace of tropical flowers when we entered. So
You're
very
late.
attentive right now.
We're very sad that you didn't get
Yeah.
laid.
Yeah. So I
No
saw
late
it.
for you.
You all notice that.
Wait for that back of the ship.
I'm sure it could be arranged.
So
Yeah, you need that axe play.
you all are looking around and watching these creatures going about their daily business and such. Butch, as you are looking throughout and kind of glancing over, your eyes kind of drawn towards that central grove of large trees that seem to be the majority of this city, built vertically inside and around. And as you're looking up, you notice not the center tree, but one of the closest ones to it, probably only rooted probably only about 15 feet away from that center tree. A second almost as large, and about 2/3 of the way up, something catches your eye because it's abnormal from everything else. You see a kind of cylindrical stone structure kind of built off of a large branch coming out. It seems like there was almost... So there's the main tree itself, and then a large branch that came off of the center, kind of curves up and then flattens out, and it almost seems like the top of that branch was flattened and this cylindrical, almost tower-like structure was built on top of that. The only stone structure that you've seen in this entire area. It just kind of catches your eye.
Hey, Rhett, what do you make of that? And I'll point at it with my beak.
You have a beak?
I think I have a beak, don't I? But do I not have a beak?
Do you mean his
Snout?
mouth?
Snout? I mean, turtles have pointy noses, right?
Why are we?
Not a
I didn't know
bird.
that we were doing mouth points.
I don't want to point with my hand.
What? Your question's a little vague. What? Can you be a little more specific about what you want me to make of it?
Yeah, I want you to look at it and tell me what it is. I want you to see it too.
Do I?
So not a beak. What is it?
Do I?
After he points it out, you see the same thing. You see a small little, maybe like 2 or 3 story tall cylindrical tower built on a tree branch you remember that this tree itself, the base of this tree is probably 50 foot in diameter. The branch itself is probably that it's jutting off of is probably a good 30-foot diameter. So like it appears to be a normal sized tower built onto a flattened part of a branch, probably 75 to 100 feet in the air. It's a very odd sight.
Tower.
Yeah,
That's what I make of it.
It's made out of
Rapunzel treehouse tower.
Yes, it appears to be almost like a stacked stone or cobblestone style tower.
It's the only building made out of stone, so it must be special, like a Cinnabon or something. They might have a Sparrow in there too.
Oh, Sparrow.
The Cinnabon of Sinalestra.
Yeah, I'd want to know how that's spelled.
That
Oh,
tracks.
I gotta give me some of that.
Some of that
Cinnabon.
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 Yeah.
It's sure for it.
Shall we take a closer look?
It's probably pretty high in the air, right?
They're way up there.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's probably about 75 to 100 feet in the air.
Would you like to fly up there with me?
You do notice, especially with the 23, where that branch comes down and meets the tree, the main trunk of the tree, you can barely make out that same like orange glow from there, and almost like there's a carved doorway in there. You look down the tree and you do see, just like the other one, the base of this tree does have an opening inside with that same like orange light glow coming from inside. So you can kind of extrapolate that the inside of these trees, these large trees, are hollow. Potentially there might be a way up inside, but you're not sure from this distance.
Is this
I'm
a
not
short
opposed
tower?
to flying.
What'd you say?
I mean, because if the branch is only 100 feet off the ground and the branch is 30 feet tall,
Yes. And then the tower.
The bottom of the branch is.
Well,
is it the bottom of the branch is 100 feet off the ground?
More or less. So the branch itself.
Okay.
You're judging distance from probably, a half mile away. So it's all kind of estimates at this point. The branch itself, where it juts or where it comes off of the tree, more or less probably about 75 to 100 feet up. You can estimate, I mean, it's a big fucking branch. You can estimate it's probably going to be about 30 feet or so, but you'd have to get closer to see. And you see that it kind of goes up at almost like a 45-degree angle and then flattens off. So like the branch itself goes up and then curves, and then the top of that branch has been flattened and this tower has been built upon it.
What if it's like a 4-story or 5-story tower?
You can see it's probably about 3. You can see rows of windows from this angle. It's very, very small from what you're looking at, but you rolled a 23. You can see probably about 3. You can estimate. Of course, you'd have to get closer to be sure, but you can estimate it's probably about a 3-story tower.
I mean, it looks like a cool place to go.
We flying?
I'll fly.
I don't think I have enough fly to get there. Let's get closer first. My flight only lasts a minute, so.
Oh, I don't know how long mine lasts.
I think your flight probably lasts an hour, but I don't know.
So you approaching the? Are you walking in that direction?
Oh yeah, as long as the group's with me.
So you walk up. It's going to take a few minutes to get there, but because like I said, you're probably about half a mile away at this point. But as you approach, you can kind of like see in the base, and you do see figures moving in and out of the base. You see, and once you get close, you notice that arch at the bottom is probably 25, 30 feet tall. And inside you can see 2 arching stairways that kind of like curve around the inside diameter of the tree itself.
Cool.
So you could like, and then you do almost see from your angle where they cross each other a small platform, and then continue up almost like a double helix style staircase. You also notice a couple, like, almost like stands, like shops at the base of it inside the tree. A couple, you do see this one, like, green-skinned, kind of hideous-looking, you would know them as a hag standing in front of, or standing behind one counter, and you see a kind of icy blue-skinned elven, some sort of elven lineage, standing behind another counter, both on the back side inside this tree base.
Maybe I could trade a word here. Oh, what the heck? I'll cast tongues of myself.
Okay.
Should we look away?
Haha. All right. So I can understand what they're saying now?
You can. You guys are approaching the bottom of this tree right now. Are you going inside to speak, or what are you doing?
I'd like to.
Okay, you walk in, you do see a few people, and now that you're entering this tree, you see like this lavish, you see carvings inside, on the inside wall of this tree, of just like these elaborate, like kind of swooping floral designs throughout the inside. And you do see that double helix staircase that goes up to platform and then branches off again, goes up, and you see it continuing up for multiple floors as tall as you can see, and it kind of fades into the darkness as it continues up. It's impossible for you to see the top of this from inside.
Fucking stairs.
You see people walking up and down the stairs on both sides, satyrs, elves, other kind of more ghastly creatures. You see a few going to and fro from those two stands, walking past you out the entrance of this tree.
I'm guessing if there are any signs about what this place is, we can't read them.
You don't see anything that is like it gives any indication of like a sign. No.
Yeah, Butch is being the total tourist and just looking at everything.
Just watch your shell. We don't want to knock anything over.
No, you're right.
As you enter
one shop, yeah.
You see the two tables that are sat there, and the one in front of the elf. You do see some green, leafy, what appear to be vegetables and stuff, as well as a few like piles of almost like stacked like tanned leather and such. In front of the hag, you do see more like dried herbs, a couple bottles with unrecognizable liquids in them, bundles of browned plant material kind of hanging from twine and stuff hanging along the edge of her table.
Gwen, what are those things in front of the hag?
Gwen is going to do a nature check.
I think Butch is thinking medicine.
Well, it's
wow.
With a natural 20 on nature and a 17 with a medicine. Yeah, these are herbs of some sort. You're not sure, and Gwen says the same thing to you. These, you do kind of get a whiff of some sort of medicinal, like that medicinal kind of like bitter smell to a few things, but it's kind of this weird amalgamation and like cacophony of different scents that just kind of all blend into one. Gwen kind of looks at you and she's like, there's a lot here. Some look like spices and seasonings. Some look like they could potentially be medicines. It's got a lot of different options. Looks like she's got a little bit of everything. At this point, as you're standing there, you basically staring at this woman's table and everything. You hear this, yes? What? Can I help you?
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking.
Okay, well, you're blocking the people behind you. Hey, just walk around him. Apparently, just come over here.
And you see these two elves walk around you up, and you hear them start talking to the hag, and like, okay, well, you a little bit, and just kind of interacting. And you see the hag kind of pull off a couple bundles and hand it to the elf, and you see the elf reach into a pouch and pull out a few coins and hand it over to the hag before they walk off.
All right, they're too busy. Let's just go upstairs. Grumble, grumble.
We did at least learn that they deal in coin and not
Yeah.
fucking phrases or words or some other tricksy nonsense.
I'm gonna say, is
not mutually exclusive.
Is he about to get frustrated enough to do the cursings?
Just holler around. See if you can find a taker.
Oh, right, among the people here.
Yeah. Anybody want fuck? Anybody?
Thank you, Arden.
Anybody? I got fuck. Anybody want fuck?
I can't. Butch is so awkward at this.
Ask if they want shit.
Oh,
Anybody?
God.
No,
Fast play.
that I give.
One, 2 words together.
Turtle's got some shit. Anybody need some shit? Be a little fuck.
This is the strangest going for broke I've ever seen.
Yeah, Butch will say, "Hey, I'm looking to trade a word for a word. If anyone's interested."
Are you just saying that into the ether, like to anybody who's listening, or are you just
like
walking up to one of them?
Like in the crowd of people.
Doesn't
who are
seem to
here.
be. Everybody seems to be just kind of walking right past you. This is very much a dude shouting in the middle of Times Square type situation.
Oh, I'm not even
where-
shouting. I'm not even that
Yeah,
bad.
where they're just
Okay.
they're not paying any attention to you. They're just walking
Okay.
straight past and going about their business.
All right, well, okay. Butch is frustrated, and I'll be right back. So you guys carry on.
It's okay, buddy. Maybe they don't know shit about fuck.
Yeah, maybe they don't.
They don't know shit about fuck. I don't know shit about fuck.
Like, I got these words for you, man. I got these words. I'll trade them right now.
So what are the rest of you doing?
I knew you'd get that one.
Yeah.
Who's
Thanks,
tagging?
Ozarks.
Brett's just tagging along.
I don't know.
Orpheus
shit
is just trying to find clues about the person we're supposed to kill.
You can make an investigation check if you would like.
Let's do it.
Can I assist him?
Sure. Roll with advantage.
Yay. Good old pal Elric. Saving my bad roll.
With a 19 investigation, you don't notice any clues down here. Nothing seems to stick out that would kind of be like, hey, this is where you need to go.
I've got nothing, Elric. You got anything?
Well, we do have that gem, if that's the person you're referring to.
Yeah, that's true.
The gem.
Should probably break it out.
No,
but in a more private setting.
The gem was to take
The
you
gem
to...
finds the
Yeah.
Twilight Coven. That
yeah,
gem?
Right.
that's in terms of killing someone. That's the one kill that we have guaranteed.
Gotcha.
Here we're just talking, so we'll save that for later. For now, let's ascend the stairs, or the whatever passes for stairs here to get to the upper level of this tree.
So
Hey,
you go...
Orpheus, maybe you could talk to your captain, and maybe you could invent some type of platform that just takes us up, and so we don't have to walk all these fucking stairs all the time. He's good with stuff like that.
So as you guys all start ascending the steps, you pass a few different platforms with a few different doorways, and you see... actually, everybody roll perception while you approach or while you ascend these stairs for me.
I'm still on don't know shit about fuck.
28.
Butch got a 9. I think he's feeling
That's more like
introverted.
4.
Son of a bitch.
Nice. Nicely done.
Arnon, really Arnon, you're the only one who notices. So as you continue to ascend these staircases, you pick one, you start going up, you make it to the first platform, and you see a doorway carved into the side. Then you start noticing markings on the door, and you actually see a small slot in the middle of it. Things that make you think that these are residential buildings. You start walking up the second arch, and you start seeing them more frequent as you raise up the steps every probably 20 or so feet. There's another one of these doors.
So, hey, Gwen, what does that say next to that door?
Appears to be almost an address.
Like numbers, or is it a name?
No, it's numbers.
Any of them say 1148?
I haven't seen 1148 yet. There's significance to that number?
Just came to me.
Now, are you all making your way up to where that tower was, or how high are you going in this tree?
We're looking for A113.
A113? Yeah, that's a good room, too.
Okay.
I was heading towards the tower.
Okay. So you
that's really...
continue upwards, and you do see countless of these doors, and you kind of look throughout, and you see that there's probably dozens, if not hundreds, of these doors throughout this tree. You also notice a few other openings that go out onto branches, carved stairs walking, and pathways walking along branches from outside of the central core trunk of this tree. You finally, after what feels like forever walking up these stairs, your legs are starting to burn from the cardio.
It's a whole lot of stairs.
Does it seem like a longer time than it looked from the outside?
Slightly, but not to what makes you feel concerned. That it's not like when you were in Dis and it was like just a constant loop of stairs.
I'm concerned because they're carving into these load-bearing walls.
But you make your way up and you find a large doorway, for lack of a better term. No door, just a large archway. And probably a 20-foot platform that is going up at maybe like a 45-degree angle. And from this, we'll go ahead and continue with those same perception checks. But Arnon, with your 28 perception, you notice that tower sitting. You can just see like the top tip of the tower, as well as maybe like the top floor from the angle that you're looking up this branch, and you start seeing a large, what appears to be almost like a dark stained glass window.
With the stained glass. It looks like the Cinnabons over there, guys.
With blacks, dark blues, grays, all in a stained glass pattern. You can't really make out the image, but
I think this neighborhood's infested with hipsters. They're refurbishing old stained glass.
Oh my gosh.
Those related to goblins?
Kinda.
Okay.
Make whoever would like to.
Hipsters goblin adjacent.
Yeah. God damn it. Whoever would like to go, and whoever is proficient, actually, make an Arcana check.
I am proficient in Arcana.
They were goblins before goblins were cool.
Rhett, you have Jack of all
son of a
trades,
bitch.
so that counts for you as well. All right, so Elric with a 16, Rhett with a 13, and somebody rolled a natural 1, but it didn't.
Oh, I'm proficient in that too.
You are proficient in Arcana?
Yeah.
Who rolled on that one? Was that you, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Arnon.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Yeah. Arnon with a 14. Orpheus, you have no idea. You're whatever. The three of you,
Plus
however, yeah. Plus
Doesn't matter.
plus 7. But the three of you, dark stained glass. This could potentially be shadow glass.
The fuck is shadow glass?
It's when you put those like really dark tints on your side windows
It is
That's
actually.
not.
to the point where you can get like a ticket.
Oh my god.
But if you also would remember the
Is there any bass coming out from?
the moniker,
The smell of a skunk.
Yeah, no, that's clearly a reference to, what's her name, Sinalestra.
not Sinalestra.
Sinalestra.
That's the city you're in.
Yep.
If you remember the moniker of the archfey that the captain said that they made a deal with was the Princess of Shadowglass.
Princess. Okay, that's where we need to go.
When they roll down the shadow glass, they cast gaseous form.
Oh my god.
High level magic.
Absolutely. And that is where we will pick up on Friday, which hopefully we will have everybody there. So thank you all for joining us, and thank you all for sticking with us. And we will see you in just a couple days. Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at twitch.tv/those natural ones, youtube.com/@those natural ones, kick.com/those natural ones, or trovo.live/s/those natural ones, because Trovo for some reason. But we will see you on Friday, 7 o'clock.
Where hopefully we won't break our newly started streak of diplomacy by rolling a nat 1.
At the face Cinnabon.
Exactly. So we will see you in just a couple days. Have a fantastic evening.